going to go over some things about how to hold tools, how to use tools. So if you want to get your materials in front of you so that we can practice together, what you're going to want is the cutting board, the pen knife, the scoring tool, masking tape, and if you want, you can get a piece of paper. The tools that we put in your kit are meant to be as safe as possible while still doing a good job at what you need them to do. That being said, anything can be dangerous if you're using it wrong. So let's talk about how to use it right. Cutting board. Anytime that you're using the scoring tool or cutting something, make sure that this is underneath the stuff that you're working with. You do not want to mess up your mom's table or the flooring and accidentally cut things that you shouldn't be. This is the scoring tool. Here's how to use it. So here's what I see a lot of you kids doing. You like to hold it like this. The problem with this is, if you're doing this, you tend to push so hard that it actually slips out of the track and you don't have very much control over it. However, you don't want to hold it like this. You want to hold it like this. See these little curvy grooves here? This is where you put your finger, or you can hold it with your thumb right there. Here's another thing I see you doing. You are using the scoring tool out here, away from your body. You do need to put a little bit of pressure behind this, and it's really hard to do if you're all the way out here. What you want to do instead is make sure that you are above your stuff. So if that means kneeling on a chair or something, then that's fine. But you want to make sure that your face is above the template you're working on. And then you're going to be able to press a little bit harder without trying too hard. And you still have plenty of control and you're not going to accidentally hurt yourself. Another thing that you want to make sure that you're doing correctly is where this hand is. Do not put this in front of the wheel, because what's going to happen? You're going to carve your hand. You don't want to hurt your hand. So make sure that it's to the side of your wheel so that you're not going to run over yourself. So now I'm going to show you how to use it with a template. Put your paper on top of your cutting board. Now I'm going to line this template up with these two edges so that it's less cutting. Get your tape. Anytime that you're using a template, you're going to use 2 pieces of tape, maybe like 1 inch long or so. Scoring tool. Put your hand on the side of the line, not in front. And now I'm going to show you how to fold it. So there's that dotted line. You're just going to fold it on that line. Normally, you would score all of these lines, but I'm just showing you how to use the tool. There's another video that shows you how to make this thing. Next, we're going to talk about the pen knife. I know it looks like a pen. This is a knife. This is a real knife, and it's real sharp. Make sure that you are using it safely. Do not hurt yourself with this knife. The only templates that you need to use that knife for are these 3. If you are using that knife with other templates, then you are using the wrong tool. All of the other templates use scissors, which are easier and also safer. The only reason that we use this knife is for these slots. So if you click your knife, you may pick this up now, you may click it, do not touch it. Just look at it, and you're going to notice that there's an extra pointy edge, and then there's a lower part. Now, as you are using this, you want to make sure that the pointy part is away from you as you're putting it down on the paper. And then you want to pull it towards you, because if you are pushing it, that's just going to rip your paper. It's not going to cut it. So you want to pull it towards you. It's also safer that way. Here's our paper. Again, make sure that it is on top of your cutting board. All right. See, I'm making sure that the pointy part is away from me. You put it in this slot. You want to make sure that you are holding it straight up and down. Not like this. Never hold your tools like this. Straight up and down. I'm not going to have it like this, or this knife isn't going to reach your paper. You want to make sure that your hand is to the side. You don't want it behind. You want it to the side. So up and down, and then it's going to take probably a couple of times to cut through your paper. That's fine. And then you can see that there's this nice little slot, exactly where you want it to be. Another thing that I want to point out is that while you are cutting, as you are moving from slot to slot, move the paper so that you are always in a safe position as you are cutting. So rather than cutting at this weird angle, I'm going to rotate my paper, hand in a safe position, and again, pull towards me. Rotate my paper. And you have all of these slots that have been cut. And no one was cut during the making of this video. Now when your slots are cut, around here. Now we are not going to use this pen knife to cut on the outside. We are going to use scissors. This pen knife is only to use in the slots. Not only are scissors safer, but they're also just easier. They're faster, they are better in all the ways. We just can't cut these slots with anything else, so the pen knife is the best option for those. So just for everything else.